Alright, so, this is Veil Guardian. Technically the first raid boss, but it's like the
We got predators
third
in the
boss I
zone.
like,
Watch
or
your
fourth
fire.
boss I like to take new people to, because it has a few scary mechanics. The first one is going to be this Blue Guardian. So this fight is nice in that it teaches you the mechanics before the fight even starts. Um, so the Blue Guardian is going to drop down green circles. Now what these green circles do is, unless 4 people stand in them, 3 in a split phase, which I'll get to, a giant nuke is going to go off and it's going to do 80% of everyone's maximum health, which is very unfun. Now you might think, hey Moose, it sounds like we should stand in those. However, we will not be standing in those, just because you said so. No, I'm kidding. It's because during the actual fight, they'll be spread out all around the room. Instead of running around to try and catch them very quickly, it's just easier to heal through the pain. So we'll go ahead and do a poll.
So only my make F2 does alacrity.
Come here.
I'm not
Yes.
seeing any. Oh,
You
okay.
just press it off cooldown.
Great. Yes.
Alright, here's this green. We're not going to stand in it, just so people get used to what this thing looks like. And kaboom.
Protected.
Of another one, don't stand in it. Make sure everyone's topped off, and boom.
Reload.
Now, one thing I didn't mention, because normally it's kind of... we'll just go ahead and stand in this, by the way. Because normally it's just kind of covered. Is he does get a boon from time to time that makes him immune to like 99% of damage. Let's stand on the screen.
That feels better.
And so it does need to be stripped. However, we do have a Necro in our party. Other classes that are known to strip it are Chrono as a part of their swords, or you force one of your Revenants to take Malik stance. Alright.
That's gonna be fun for me because
Well,
I have to stay in Shroud as long as
Protected.
possible to give quickness, so
oh, well, we did fine with it anyway. So the next is the Green Guardian. The Green Guardian likes to drop the blue circles. I know it's a little confusing, they should have swapped them, but I don't make the raids. So what these blue circles do is they will appear, and if you've done Veil Guardian, or not Veil Guardian, Cairn, the first boss of Wing 4, it's the exact same mechanic, where you have 2 seconds to get out of them, or you're teleported to a random area in the room. The easiest tell for these is you'll start hearing a humming, signaling that they're near you, and you should look down and watch your feet. But the biggest tell is the edge of your screen will start glowing yellow. Any questions on that?
But I forgot my sharpening stones. I would want to just grab them. Oh, I have my bank thingy. Uh, oh god.
You need them for power?
Bringing util to training, I love it.
Bafut isn't
There's
this
one to remember me by.
expensive, so I'm just going to. No, it's alright. I've got my sharpening stones in my bank, and I had still bank access expresses.
Alright.
Right. Did
Alright.
anyone have any questions on Green Guardian? Because I'd like to start pulling it. Alright, here we go. If you get teleported into red, try to come back here, so that way you can pull. Watch the
Fast
teleport.
as the wind.
Watch teleports.
Not there anymore.
Hopefully he will be aggro, or I will be explaining the mechanics mid-fight. Watch these. Alright,
I am river
so
and
once we get any
ocean.
of these guys to 1%, they do have a CC bar that needs to be broken, which we did. Now Red Guardian, he summons these red orbs. So I need everyone to make sure you watch your pulls. I think the only class here that has any pulls is my
That feels better.
Guardian. Make sure you watch your Axe 3, I believe.
Oh, that had to hurt.
It's either Axe 3, but I want to say Axe 5. I believe it's 3.
It is free.
Okay.
More ammo.
Additionally, he can only be damaged with Condi. Good job. Could I have you type an X in chat if you are Condi? That's a lot of Condi. Alright. Explains why it died so fast. Alright, so now we have Veil Guarding. Veil Guarding is a combination of all three of them. So what that means is all the mechanics that you've seen up until this point will be happening at the same time. Reds are going to spawn roughly in the center and start moving towards us. It's my job to keep them off of us. Teleports will happen roughly every 10-ish seconds, so just make sure you sidestep them or dodge, whichever you find easier. Make sure to pay attention to the floor. The edge of your screen turning yellow sometimes glitches out, so that's why I like to look at the floor whenever I hear that humming. Next, greens are going to happen roughly every 30 seconds, and it's me and the healer's job to heal people up. There might be times where I call for you to use your own self-heal, and that's just because I might not have a heal for you. So this is a toughness-based fight, meaning that our tank is going to be the person with the highest toughness, which hopefully is our heal scrapper. Can I have everyone type their toughness into chat? What is mine? I think I have a couple pieces of Selly, just for being budget. Alright, I'm assuming our tank's the one at 1720. So that won't, or no, wait, who's at 1720?
I have a.
Oh, you're in Selly here.
2306.
Okay, and our tanks is at 2306. Perfect.
That'll be me, Commander.
Alright. So, my advice for this is just DPS your heart out and don't get teleported. Getting teleported is going to be the main way you will die in this fight. If somebody gets teleported and they're downstate across the room, please don't run to save them. They are dead, because if you run off stack to go save them, a bomb is going to blow up and then you will be dead as well. Does this make sense to everyone?
Yes.
A lot, yes.
Alright. Tank, is this your first time tanking this fight?
Second time actually.
Okay. So, I'm sure you know, but your goal is to kind of keep him standing put. And how you do so with the greens is you're going to want to dodge backwards into this wall that's going to appear right here. So that way you just stay put.
The one with the green arrow, correct?
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright. Does anyone have any questions in the first phase? This is going to we're going to phase at 66%.
So I just bring him towards you guys. Is that it?
Yep, you're going to attack him and then you're just going to stand right here.
Alright.
And then
A small
you'll
question
just dodge
to the
backwards into a wall. Because if you dodge into a wall, you just gotta stay in the same place, just like this.
Alright, alright.
small question for the red orbs. Do only like pulls and knockbacks affect them, or anything?
So, they die to Condi damage. However, they also just flat out time out. So it's kind of the typical way to deal with them is your druid brings Glyph of the Tides and Entangle to just permanently keep them off the group in the first two phases.
Okay. I'm just asking because I obviously have the float, so I'm just wondering if that works.
The float.
Abridger has what 3 seconds of 3 seconds of float on 5.
Habitat
Oh,
And
like
it
a
short
gives
CC?
and it gives me a yeah.
I don't know if you could knock them up in the air. My initial
Okay.
is you can because they can be pushed, but I've never seen it tried. But don't
Alright.
worry about them. They'll only become a problem in the final phase,
Alright.
which I'll get to when we get there. For now, we'll just do a pull because I've been talking for a while. Watch the teleports.
Protected.
Extra chip.
Get them along the wall because we want as much room away from this red as we can. We have our first green.
Fury rising.
Make sure everyone's topped up. And boom, it goes. Pick our tank up. For my tank, I would advise, what's it called? Using shield right before it pops when you're at decent health. We have another green coming. Green is coming in a few seconds. You can try to keep them staying put. We are looking fine.
The end is here. Knowledge is power.
Green is about to come. Alright, stay here for heals. And now I need 2 of my condies to go over to red, and everyone else come over here with me. Alright, that's more than 2, but I don't want you to swap sides anymore. If you have a red over your head, you need to be over on the red side, because you're taking a lot of damage. Ow. We will be taking greens in this phase. Hello, Trace. Alright, so during this phase, you get a color over your head and you take damage, or you're safe from that color, and you'll take damage from the other 2. We have both of our healers over here, so we have, so we're out healing one of them, but red just needs to stay over there. We're standing over here. CC, and we are done. Alright, now we're meeting up over on Arrow's side. Make sure to be on this slice of the pizza, dodge this. Make sure to be on this slice of the pizza pie, because now one of these is about to get spicy. CC the boss, and we're about to have a green pop.
The end is here.
We are looking good. Don't be on blue side, blue hurts. Green's about to come. Pick our friend up. Actually, they're way over there. We won't be able to pick them up. Move sides, swap sides, come over here. Alright, and CC it from range if we can. Watch this. Oh, that's our tank. We need to save them. Pick them up, pick them up.
That had to hurt.
That's gonna be a GG. Great first pull. You got further than I thought. That's why I didn't explain the first mechanic. Alright, so before we split, did anyone have any questions about that phase? So the porting mechanic is going to be circles tied under your feet. You may not be seeing them due to either visual clutter or for whatever reason in this game, mechanics are tied to model counts. So you might need to turn your model count up higher. The other way to see it is the edge of your screen will glow yellow. I also recommend turning your effects volume way up, that way you can hear it. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay.
I think I have everything at high, so yeah.
Alright, so, excuse me, for the split phase, we actually looked fine, so we're going to keep that same split. All my condies that went to red, I want you to come over to red. Now, you'll notice that the red circles kind of get annoying. What I would recommend is being behind the speed mushroom, because for whatever reason, it glitches out the orb, and they won't get you if you're over by this pillar.
Fury rising.
You guys will DPS it down. Afterwards, we're meeting up at Arrow, but make sure if you guys finish up first, not to be in the AoE circle near it. Everyone else, we're coming over here, and I'm going to be pulling Green Guardian over towards us. What this is going to do is we'll just heal through the pain, DPS it down. Once they're both at 1, we CC them, and we meet back over at Arrow. Oh yeah, it's character model limit. At Arrow, the reason we're on this side is one of those pizza slices gets spicy at any given time. It starts off with green, so being right here just gives us a chance to quickly swap over. When the boss gets to us a few seconds after, there will be a CC phase where you start shooting out damage, and we'll want to CC it. There might be times where I call for us not to CC it, and that's only because greens don't spawn during this phase, so I might be trying to have us recover instead of having to deal with another green that happens right after. After we CC him, a green spawns, and we're going to DPS him down. When we swap over, there will be another CC phase and a green coming shortly. So make sure you swap over pretty quickly, that way you're not on red taking extra damage. Does that make sense to everyone?
Yes.
Alright. Once we get into 33%, he's going to do that same split phase. It's exactly the same as before. However, after it, we're going to be meeting up over at Square. Actually, I'm going to move Square back a little bit. The reason we're moving to Square is now 2 slices get spicy. This sounds very trivial, but it makes the fight a lot more chaotic. Because of the moving nature, I'm not going to be able to keep reds off us as well, so just be mindful of where you stand. Also during this phase, I might tell us to take a green if it's close. Any questions?
Take a what? I didn't catch that last part.
During the last phase, we're going to be moving around constantly in a clockwise circle. Reds will become far more problematic because I don't have the cooldowns to keep knocking them off of us. Additionally, there might be greens that I tell us to take, so we just stand there. For example, let's say the squad's at Arrow and there's a green right here. I'm going to have us take it, just to relieve some pressure from the fight.
Alright.
Weird question.
Yeah.
I assume that you invited Scrapper as our quickness tank, right?
Quickness heal tank, yes.
So probably move me to the other subgroup, because I just looked at the boon table and I'm in the same
Did I
subgroup
forget quickness?
as...
Oh my god, I forgot quickness. I'm doing this all over again.
I mean, I am quickness and Scrapper is quickness. We are just in the same subgroup. So.
Yeah. No, I'm chuckling because I forgot to do this on NA the other day.
Yeah. I watched the VOD, so yeah.
Oh my god.
I just wanted to make sure that this time
let me
we
check my
do
boon
it
table
properly.
really quick. Just have it running.
I have a question. Are both renegades alacrity,
No,
or is one DPS?
only one is. I was trying to
Alright,
split
right.
Assassin's Presence, but some people need Spotter.
Alright.
Actually, I can still split Assassin's Presence. Which one of you is my alacrity? Is it Downside or Anders? I think it's Downside. There we go. Now the squad's in order. I'm a professional, I promise.
No, I mean, no.
I believe you're
Quickness,
right.
right?
One
Harbinger
second.
and Scrapper.
I have Downsight as my alacrity. That's what I pinged you as.
Yes, but the quickness
I'm
is still
pretty too. So...
messed up.
Oh, I forgot Harbinger can do that. I see
Yeah.
Guardian and I think quickness. My apologies.
Alright.
There we go.
Downside-
It's
downside is
subgroup only.
alacrity.
It's really not that big of a deal.
Wait a second. Downside is alacrity. I'm as well. The mechanist.
Am I being gaslit right now? The subs were right.
No, no, I was in the same subgroup as the Scrapper, so looking at the boon table, the second
Group 2
subgroup
hit, no?
didn't have quickness, so so it wasn't alright.
Okay.
Yeah.
Looks fine for now.
You know, screw AP. It's fine. Watch this.
That feels better.
All right, here we go, and pop.
Still standing.
Good job dodging
Barely.
that. My alarm telling me to stop being
shall
what's going on.
Dragon steel.
Here comes another pop. Pick our tank up. I don't know if anyone can hear that. Also, hi turtle. Here comes another pop.
Beautiful blend of talents. Calling down.
Alright, now go to your sides.
Protected.
Take this. We take greens during. Watch this. Don't. Nice, don't go off. We take greens during this phase because our red side doesn't have a healer, and we don't want them to feel sad. Nice, we don't have any greens anymore because blue is dead. CC, and we are done over here.
You lose.
Watch out for those. Alright, get ready for CC phase. CC. Oh. Pick me up, please. Thank you.
That's refreshing.
Watch teleports. Means about to pop.
I'm fading fast.
Assistance.
Watch teleports. Pick this person up. They're close enough.
I'm up. I'm up.
Swap sides. Swap sides. Swap sides. Watch teleports. Pick our friends up.
I need healing.
Pick our friends up, then CC. Pick up first. Watch the teleports. Come to me with this green, we're pretty low. It still goes off. Pick people up, we are transitioning.
That was too close for
Go to your
comfort.
sides. Good recovery.
Ferocious fire.
Pick this green.
Blue and green.
We only need 3 during this phase, but it's still good having for everyone to go. Go to this green. Nice, it's dead. CC.
Easy now.
Alright, now we are heading to square. Come to square, come to square. I don't want you perfectly in the center because it makes red scary. Heal people up, green's about to pop. CC. And we're swapping sides. Move, 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 move. Remember what I said about reds being problematic. Come to the screen, come to the screen, come to the screen, come to the screen. Nice.
That feels better.
We're ready to move. Pick our friend up. We're moving, 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 moving. You're standing in poison.
I am river and ocean.
Green is about to pop. Watch teleports.
I need healing. Seriously.
Fire consumes at my will.
CC.
Unloading.
We need to move, 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 move. See if we can get this person up. Pick our friends up.
Back on my feet. That's right. protected.
That's real unfortunate. Oof. Very good. Go ahead and GG. So, my advice there for our tank is you pretty much want to be moving from edge to edge. So, like, for example, when green is spicy, you want to be on the edge right into blue. So that way, as soon as it swaps, we're out of danger. Because we don't want it to swap and then we have to run through pain and then a green can go off. Other than that, we're looking good. Just be a little more mindful about the teleports. It's one of the reasons that we wiped, but we are looking completely fine.
By the way, you can float them.
Oh, you can? Nice.
You can.
I need to go turn off
In
the
the,
alarm real quick.
in the last phase, I was just running through and like caught two maybe. So yeah.
So to get a sort of a gist of an idea, you want me, once one pops, you want me to be one of the lines, the edges, is that right?
As soon as we move, you should be near the edge. So like for example, let's say blue is spicy
I'm
right now. You should be
Yeah,
tanking
right here.
like right here.
Alright, and then once that one's active, I move to the other
Then
side?
you'll move to like where square is and so on.
Okay, alright. I'll try.
Alright, we'll wait for our person to come back from crashing.
He was having audio problems?
I think
Was that
you're.
it?
For
Turtle?
the teleports,
Oh.
your edge of the screen is. I don't know which color it is, but it shows you if you're standing in
gold.
the blues.
Yeah, it's yellow by default. It might change on colorblind mode.
There's a colorblind mode?
There might
I
be.
didn't know that.
Is there not
Most
a
of the
colorblind mode?
time,
Oof.
the blue spawn right behind the Ray Guardian, right?
No. They spawn underneath players.
Oh, okay.
There's, if I believe it, there's 4 that are spawned on random players. It might be 6. I've never actually counted, but I know it's not the full 10. Also, you don't need to do a full dodge roll. You can also just sidestep it. Yeah, you get 2 seconds to react to them. Turtle, how I'd recommend getting into teaching raids is honestly just do it. I started training raids in full exotic and only having druid geared and tempest. Like, I just did it. You'll get better at it over time. Legendary armor makes it easier because if people don't have rolls, you can just fill in the roll. But it's not needed. Like, for example, I'm on full exotic here. I'm on part exotic. Interesting. Like, if it says anything about how bad my gear is, I'm still on like a boosted celestial backpack. We'll do a ready check. Alright. And here we go.
I am mighty.
Oh! Just go ahead and stay here, guys. Advice for my tank, you don't need to be the one pulling. You can literally just AFK here, or at the start where you used to. So I should be good. So watch the teleports. Watch teleports. Green's about to happen.
I owe you my life.
Cancel my 5. Pick our friend up.
I channel the flames.
He's coming. Watch teleports. Pick our friend up.
Refreshing. I feel energized.
The end is near.
Alright, now we spread out. Take this green. Watch teleports.
That feels better.
Nice, it still doesn't go off. CC blue. Now we don't have any greens to deal with. Watch teleports.
Extra damage.
CC, and we're done. Make sure to pick your friend up over there. Watch
Protected.
teleports. CC. Watch teleport, and we need. They're staying here. Watch teleport. Watch teleport. Take the screen. Just we're right by it. Come take this. Alright, swap sides. That was a bad call on my part.
There's one to remember me. Reach. Reinforcements requested.
Pick our friend up, pick our friend up. DPS.
Go through.
Alright, pick our friend up. Head to your sides, the blue is a lie. You can stand in it, it doesn't hurt. Alright, take this green.
Can't breathe.
CC, good job. Take. Nope, it died.
Reload.
Watch this. Alright, we are heading to blue. Head to blue. Come over here. Square is the shape that I can't remember.
I gave it my all.
Currents
Green is
flow by
coming.
my will.
More ammo.
Pick our friend up and swap sides. Pick them up quickly.
Won't anyone help me?
Take the screen. Come stand on the screen. Come stand on the screen.
Store.
Don't get teleported. Yes, and get ready to swap sides. Get ready to swap sides. Tank, I want you over here. Everyone stand in that green. Stand in that green. Fat finger dodge. Res, then CC.
Someone help
Swap
me.
sides. Green is coming. Make sure everyone's topped off.
Close to dying.
Watch teleports. We're swapping sides, swapping sides. It's not bad. Green's coming. Out of this. And we're swapping sides, swapping sides. Range CC if you can, it's at 1%. Good job. Sorry to Game Wolf who died to my bad commanding. I totally forgot we were about to swap sides when I called that. And then we were too low and we needed to stay there. It was just a bad situation. Alright.
Boot prints. They ran through this area.
How many of that was your first
Why
raid
didn't they
in
return?
Guild Wars? Congrats. So, you'll now have unlocked the
We should
Mastery
search here
Track and
and
Heart
buy that wool.
Thorns called Raids. I would recommend learning at minimum that first one. The reason is now there's not going to be any repair anvils around the room. Instead, the game wants you to have that Mastery repair rifts. Until then, you just gonna have to take the rifts back to the start of the room and then repair them.
There.
Also, congratulations. You'll have gotten a currency called Legendary Insight. I just killed these guys while I talk. That's used for your Legendary Armor. Also, people ask me to go through. That's some of what they're talking about. The other things that they're asking for sometimes is... Where are my Veilguard statues? Things like this, the tokens. I would recommend saving those, but that's up to you.
How long have you roamed this land? Poor souls.
Sorry, I can't shake a bad cough. So, for this next fight, this is the pre-event for it, and honestly, it's harder than the actual fight. What we are going to do is we're going to glide down there, and we're going to kill a bunch of spirits once the last one is dead. Nukes will spawn at the given locations, and we have to run, capture them like it's a PvP point, and then move on to the next one. While we're moving, make sure you cleave through ads. That's about it. It'll take probably 3 minutes longer than you think it should. So we're in for a fun time. If you have any stun breaks, I recommend them. That's the whole fight. Brazia, thank you for the follow. Alright, here we go.
You did this to us!
I am fury rising. Protect me.
Alright. Head to star. This one's just at the gate. Now it's important to remember to capture them in the order that they appear.
You'll be doing that one for days.
Head to circle. You can glide in here downhill. Move at super speed.
Settle down now.
Head to arrow. How this is done commonly is if you ever have a mesmer, there's a bunch of adrenal mushrooms around here that you can reset your cooldown portal. Head to star, by the way. And you just like speed cap it. It's really nice, but honestly not that necessary. Oh, it must have just been star. Head to center. Head to circle. After this, we're heading to star. After this, it's back to circle. The heart. Then back circle after this. Then it's to the center. Then it's just arrow. So if these ever go off, it puts everyone downstairs, just as if anyone's curious what happens. Keep cursing this, oh my god, I totally faked it for losing that. To arrow.
Beautiful blend of talents.
Dragon slap.
Ferocious fire.
I feel like the first emote I would want would be a moose copium.
Refreshing. I feel energized.
Head to heart. This copium is my favorite emote. To arrow.
Protect me.
Calm before the
After
storm.
this, it's star. After this, it's circle. We're almost done. Actually, this might be the last one. And we're done. Alright, now go ahead and follow me. Because we have to clear out the
They were
next
led
room,
to their
and it's
deaths.
super easy to
What
kill
is
them
that?
if we line of sight them behind this pillar that I'm about to stack in. So if you come over here, mash your face up against the pillar, and they'll run to you.
Protected.
Beat them up here. Okay, now straight out. We need to kill
Glorious
everyone except for the
combination
two on high ground over there. They get to live. And then these two over here.
Did Sabbatha bind
Nice.
these spirits here?
No. Could I have my Lakref come over to me? And you're gonna take this torch. And now you lost your weapon privileges. It's used for an achievement and for a bonus chest, which I'm assuming
I
a lot of
sense sadness
people here don't have the
and
legendary
anger.
armor, and that's one of the steps you need for it. I'll tell you where to place it. It's not after this area, but the next area. So, this fight, super simple, and honestly not even really a boss. It's called Spirit Run because we're running from a giant wall of spirits. There will be walls of aether, wind, whatever you want to call them, that our DPS will have to go and DPS down, so that way we can actually advance forward. Me and the other healer are going to be stop and catching the nukes that we saw during that pre-phase over there. However, I would like everyone else to still walk through the area, that way it caps quicker. At some point, after we send that log in front of us, I will tell you guys to jump and glide. After then, I'll send you guys to arrow, which I will place later. It's a super simple fight, but if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Alright, jumping in 3, 2, 1, here we go. Alright, make sure you run through that spirit bomb. And DPS with ethereal barrier. You'll get frequently knocked down. Also to our Rev friend, if you ever drop that torch, you shoot physical. Or weapon swap or anything. Alright, run through this one here. Go kill the next barrier.
Give up yet? Protected.
Alright.
Protect me.
Run through this next one that's about to spawn, and then you'll stand in the one after it, because you'll be able to hit the spirit barrier. Alright, so once you kill this is where we have to jump and glide. If you get like the 1 in 1,000 chance of getting it knocked off, sorry. Head to arrow. Run through that as
Protected.
well. Cap that one for us. Alright, and now kill the spirit bomb. Or the spirit wall, not bomb.
Locked.
But we hit a checkpoint after we do this.
Unloading.
Alright, so this
Look at
next
this.
phase involves
So
us standing
pretty.
on 5 buttons at the same time.
Our families trapped us here, and now
Oh wait, is the moose not talking? I'll check it out after. But go ahead and follow me. Go to arrow. Is one of them. I need one person to lag behind and stand on each of them. One is over by circle, you have to drop down.
Be careful.
The third is in that gazebo over there. The fourth is on top of a jumping puzzle. And the fifth is behind a vine wall over at Star. I'm so bad at this jumping puzzle. Nobody ever makes me do it, so I never do it. Bye, turtle.
I'm fast as the wind.
God! I need other people to help with this vine wall. If you're not, or not vine wall, the jumping puzzle if you're not on a button. I am so horrible at this, oh my god. You just jump on the mushrooms to get there. There we go. I need to get everyone else on a button. I don't think there's anyone on heart. Test? Oh.
These spirits
hold
have been wandering for a long time. They didn't die.
on. There
at
we
the
go.
war.
Now the moose should be talking. Alright. Now, hopefully in that long
The
time
squad
our
was taken through here.
Revenant didn't go
Come on.
downstate. If he didn't, here's where you drop off the torch. Hey, you get a bonus chest here.
Look at this. So pretty.
Then follow me for more bonus chests. These hopefully
Time
have
to
your
go.
ectoplasmic residue, of which you need 10. Next one's right here. And right here. And then type /GG to get back to the fight. And I need water to turn off this cough.
Mother, give me strength.
We fight together.
I always forget to unmute myself on stream. Play more Epic 7 because it's an addiction.
Going back.
Alright, welcome back. So, excuse me. I've had this cough for like a couple weeks now, I just can't shake it. Anyway. So, this is Gorsable. If we have good DPS, I would say Gorsable is like a 3 out of 10 on difficulty. We don't have good DPS, I put him at like an 8. So, what we are going to do is we're going to run at this boss, and it is a toughness-based fight, so our tank does need to still have the highest toughness, but it's a lot easier to tank Gorsable. Tank is going to go on the circle and heart side of the boss, that way we just stay there, backside flanking DPS.
So like go in between circle and harp, right?
No, just face him 180 degrees from where he is.
Oh, okay. So I just rotate him. All right. I can do that.
We are going to DPS him down. He does have a knockdown attack. Somebody can bring stability, or honestly, you can dodge it. It's when he smacks both of his fists on the ground, it knocks you down. It's a mild DPS loss, which comes into play later, but I don't think it's super needed. You can also just dodge it. So we're going to be DPSing him down, he's going to be doing that stuff, and then he is going to enter a temper tantrum and start smacking his fists on the ground. Now 3 things are going to happen when he does this. One is there's going to be black goo. If you do not have to move far to get out of the black goo, then get out of the black goo. But I don't want you like running over by arrow to get out of the black goo. In that case, we'll just heal through it. The second thing is he's going to get his own form of retaliation. This means every instance of striking damage you do to the boss, you're going to get 1,000 damage back done to you. Now, most classes don't care about this. My Ellie friend, this fight is your nightmare. Don't overload air, and don't press Warhorn 5, or you will straight up kill yourself. I'm not even joking. It kills you in under a second. I would advise slowing your rotation during the CC phase. Other classes that are not fun to play on this are Dragon Hunter, because their helicopter blades will just straight up kill them. I believe that's it. Catalyst is also really bad. Just basically any form of Elementalist. It's really funny because they nerfed the damage on Air 3, but it still does like 4 damage. So, which triggers Gorsable, because it's not how hard you hit them, it's just instances of strike damage. Oh yeah, Scrapper Gyro hurts a little bit, but it's not as bad. It's not going to straight up kill you. Like the skills I'm talking about. Just know, if you seem to be taking a large instance of damage during this phase, it means you either stood in a black and got bursted, or you're spamming skills too often and you're one of those classes. Yeah, the third and most important thing that's going to happen is he's going to get a CC bar. We're going to want to break this as quickly as we can to end this phase. So we'll just CC it. Once we're done
Two
CCing
as
this,
one.
a hidden countdown timer is going to happen. And what this hidden countdown timer does is we die at the end of it. He starts channeling a destroy the room mechanic, at which, if it goes off, we all die. How this fight was intended to be done is at some point before he does this, we leave and we break the spirit wall that encases this. We jump out, glide to one of the updrafts, he blows the room, and we come back in. However, literally no group you ever do is going to do this. Instead, we are pushing him to 66% before this nuke goes off. Any questions on the first third of the fight? Alright. From there, he is going to summon 4 spirits at each of the markers. I need everyone to head to Arrow. Don't follow me because I'm going to be keeping Hard and Square from reaching him because they're going to be approaching him, and if any of them touch him, he's going to channel Destroy the Room mechanic and we all die. So I do need you guys to move somewhat fast. Try to avoid hard CCing them. It's not that big of a deal because they do speed up mildly, but you can chill them to super slow them. Cripple works as well, same with immobilizes and all that fun stuff. The soft CCs. But don't worry too much about this. After that phase is done, we're starting the fight all over. Except the new mechanic that happens is orbs. These black balls will appear around the room and get an AoE that slowly creeps out from under them. If you touch the orb or this AoE, you're going to get a ghost over your head. What this ghost does is you take 50% increased damage and you do 50% less damage. How you'll cure this is once one of these orbs is dead, you'll go ahead and use collect one of the golden orbs that it drops. It's like a ball of light. Typically, this is easily done or taken care of with Epidemic. If our quickness wants to bring Epidemic, it makes it a lot easier.
I can because if I'm.
I've had some that say that they can't take it, some that say they can.
I mean, the
but you don't need to
says that you don't have slots, but I don't need to provide might, so I can drop Blood's Power. So.
Okay. We'll see how we are. But just make sure you don't touch the orb, and if you do, you have to go get the small balls of light that are going to be dropped from killing them. After that phase, Destroy the Room mechanic happens, 4 new Ghost happens, you guys go to Arrow, so on. The last phase, exactly the same, except now eggs are going to happen. What eggs is before the CC and after the CC, little cages will fall from the sky and imprison you if you land in them. It doesn't care if you're dodging, if you are in that hitbox when they land, you are going to get put in a cage. You have to mash 1 to get out of it, or your allies will cleave you out. Any questions on Gorsipal?
So the one with the black orbs, it reduces your damage and what else?
And you take more damage.
Oh, okay, alright. Nah, that was it.
Alright, we'll do a ready
Only
check.
question I'm having is, should I switch to Scourge for Epidemic, or
I'll
should I
leave that
stay
up to
for the
you.
first try?
It's not the biggest of deal, it just makes the fight slightly easier. But, we'll see if they become an issue.
Alright.
Advice for Epidemic, just use it off cooldowns. And your DPS will go through the roof, because there's a bunch of ads that it also clears. Tank, if you randomly get kicked, that's an ad kicking you. Don't worry about it. We'll do a ready check. Alright, here we go. That's that knockdown. Tank, you should be kind of in the hitbox, that way your quickness hits us. Alright, here's the CC phase. CC. Ellie, watch yourself. Out of the black goo, out of the black goo, out of the black goo. You died to black goo, not the retail. Alright, that hidden timer has been reached. Tank on the other side of the boss. Looking for 66%.
The dragon waits.
A wonderful combination.
DPS, 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 or we all die. 2, 1. Nice. Now everyone head to arrow. Don't follow me.
There's one to remember me by. Force.
Refreshing. I feel energized.
The dragon waits.
It's a cluster
Alright,
of
tank on
frenzied
the other side
spirits.
of the boss.
An abomination of nature.
I channel the flames.
Perfect distance away from him. Those are what those orbs looks like.
Down.
CC. Ellie, watch yourself. Out of the black goo, out of the black goo. Nice CC. Use Epi if you have it. Come to where I am. Nice. 1 more %. Head to arrow, but make sure you don't touch these orbs of darkness. They really do suck. If any ranged DPS wants to attack me.
More ammo. You've already lost.
Nice. So we're gonna have eggs here soon. Watch eggs, watch eggs, watch eggs. That's a lot of crunches.
Refreshing.
Alright, we have a temper tantrum here. Out of the black. Stay here. Stay here.
Serious.
And now CC. Nice.
I'm up. I'm up.
Watch eggs. %. I believe.
Attacking enemy targets.
Nice, not even close.
Good job.
Alright. Nice one, Paul.
Was that a good angle I was putting him at with the tanking?
Yeah. So, kind of the advice there is the angle he's at doesn't matter, but I try to position him so my DPS don't have to move that much. So, like, for example, let's say they're all positioned to kill square, then before it dies, I come over here. So that way they don't have to run around the boss.
Alright.
That's very extra. What you did is fine, but if you're looking for a way to improve, by the way, somebody's mic is beeping.
Because I was trying to put him, like you said before, in between circle and heart. Get a...
Yeah, Honestly,
effect.
what direction he is doesn't really matter. It's just as
I'll
long
just,
as he's not spinning in circles, it's fine. But
I'll
yeah,
just
you
follow
guys
him
did great.
instead.
We'll go ahead and go to Sabbatha. Oh, we have 45 minutes for Sabbatha. Let's go.
Intruders! Tear them apart! 100 gold for each head. Get chopping!
You don't need Epidemic
Prepare
anymore, by
to
the way.
die!
Thank you for bringing it. If you saw like how many orbs you just kill with it,
Oh, that had
I know all the Necros love it because it sparks the feel-good juice. If you just pop it and like 5 things die around you.
Yeah, I feel that.
Revive my special action. Just line of sight them behind the stairs over here. Alright, then we come up here. You'll notice that you'll be getting these bombs. I just run past all these guys. Because we're going to line of sight them at the top of the stairs. We line of sight them right here. Don't get too close to the edge because they can kick you off.
Protected.
It's real sad.
That feels better.
So what these special action keys do is if you look over there by that bandit sniper by the waterfall, or bandit sapper by the waterfall, you can throw the bomb onto that jump pad. Whoever's on it gets catapulted across. It's really cool. So like for example, it looks like this. So a sapper will give it to one of you guys randomly.
Hurts, doesn't it?
Actually give it to me there. Feel sad. Ta-da! So go ahead and follow me. We're gonna line
Boing.
them behind all these crates and barrels.
Fury rising!
Once we kill enough of them, the boss will show up.
Useless.
What do I pay you?
Right.
I'll deal with them myself.
Go ahead and kill that one. That way you're in combat, and I'll
You're finished.
arrows
Put
there.
down your arms and release these. You came all this way for a
So,
few soldiers?
Up
You really
until
have no
now,
idea what's inside this compound, do you?
raids have kind of just been a solo
Only the
mission of you
worthy are
fighting
taken inside.
alongside your friend.
Like the
However,
squad leader.
now we need to work together.
Your
Reason for
little
this,
journey
if
ends
you
here.
look off to your left and your right, you'll notice platforms with cannonballs perched upon them. That's because throughout the fight, cannons are going to spawn in a set pattern and rain fiery death upon us and the platform. We can deal with the pain, however the platform cannot, and eventually it will break before we all fall to our death, and it is very sad. So, in order to stop this from happening, we need to assign 2 people to be our jumpers. What this entails is when I call for you to do so, one of our jumpers will run to the marker that I have designated, stand on the jump pad, then our friends will throw a bomb to you, catapult you up, you'll kill the cannon, and come back down and join us. I need an odd and an even for this, and that's just because jumping has a cooldown. Do I have any volunteers? I would prefer if it was newer people, that way people got the experience, but I'll go with any. Also, I would very much prefer if it was a DPS, not a boon provider. Big. Okay, you are odd. And Val, are you a lack or are you just a DPS? Okay, have you done this before? Okay, then you are my even jumper. So, I will give you a call out, but what you need to know is when it's your turn to jump, you're going to head to the cannon behind us. So, for example, I'm going to tell us at the beginning to stack with our backs to arrow. This does two things. One, it makes it real easy for the jumpers, especially if they're new, to just say, oh, it's my turn to jump, I need to run to the cannon behind me. Two, Sabbatha has a flame wall that she'll drop every 45 seconds. And this can mess with the timing of the cannons. So what we like to do is try to manipulate this flame wall, because it targets one person, and then does a full sweep clockwise, exactly 360 degrees. So we are trying to manipulate where this spawns, because if our first cannon is arrow and it spawns over at circle, there is no time for for us to react to throwing a bomb, and our cannon will just simply die. However, if it's at arrow, then they can just sidestep it accordingly, and it works out super nice. For my cannons, I would advise you wait till I tell you to go. But roughly the time that you'll be looking to go up is our odd jumper. You're going to be jumping at x30 roughly. That's when I call it, and you have 6 seconds to get there. My even, you're jumping at x0. That's when your cannon happens. Jumpers, does this make sense to you? But on the other jumper. No, Nern. So, when the walls spawn, or when the wall's about to spawn, there's going to be an arrow covering, like, till the edge of the platform. You'll want to be on, if you're looking at the boss, you want to be on the left side of that, and then cross over. However, like for example, my even or my odd jumper, the first one, I'm gonna wait till that flame wall spawns, and then I'll tell you to be there. So you don't need to worry too much about it, but if it's close, try to be on the right side of it. You cannot dodge through this flame wall, you cannot jump through this flame wall, you cannot pass go. If you touch this flame wall, there is a 99.9% chance you will die. There's a couple fringe exceptions, but I'm not going to get into them in training runs. I have Big Boss, you are my odd jumper. Valnern, you are my even jumper. Okay, now for everyone else. Sabbatha is going to shoot a napalm at the furthest person from her. This is why I don't tell my cannons to go there early, is because then you'll take the napalm from your flat kiter and you'll be standing in fire and not have a fun time. It's my job to be off group to deal with this. Sabbatha will also put a time bomb on the closest person to her. What this does is you hear a little fuse sound and you have an AoE around you. When that AoE expires, it explodes and does a lot of damage to your friend, so you need to take it off group. Preferably you'll run it through her to not hit me, but if you hit me, I get hit by this attack all the time, so it's not the biggest of deal. Just try and not hit me. Alright. Every 25%, Sabbatha's just gonna dip out from the platform, and one of her goons is gonna show up. The first one, he just fires several, like, expanding cone attacks. Just don't stand in them. They're fine. The second guy, Knuckles, is the important one. He gets a CC bar that needs to be CC'd, or we're all gonna get punted off the platform. The third guy drops flame turrets. Epi's really good at dealing with them, but also we can just call and attack them down. While the goons are here, a new mechanic shows up, and that's called sabotage bombs. Bombs will appear on the platform. Somebody needs to walk up, press F to disarm them, or kick them off the platform. I don't remember which it is. And they will despawn. If they blow up, they do a lot of damage to the platform. Now, I've been talking a while. This fight's a little more simple than it sounds. If anyone has any questions, you're welcome. But I will be full raid leader mode yelling at you guys. Also, let me
So
go in first.
do you want the epi or no?
Yeah, why don't we go ahead and take epi? You'll pretty much still use it off cooldown.
Oh, okay.
It's a huge DPS boost for you.
I mean, for me, off cooldown is problematic because again, I'm spending a lot of time in in Shroud, so.
That's fair.
And I build up Shroud back up quickly, so.
Alright, give me 1 second. I'm dropping spirits and then I'm running them. You let your druid run in first, just so that way they get the first time bomb. Okay, running in 3, 2, 1, here we go.
I am
Prepare the cages. We've got some visitors.
So this is what the fuse bomb looks like. There's what flak looks like. Excuse me. So remember to stack tightly with your backs to arrow. Bomb off group, good job. Alright, here comes our flame wall. Nice jumper head there now.
Protected.
This is my odd jumper. Oh, we're gonna continue onward, but it's very important to not be in our hitbox. We're stacking with our backs to circle, by the way. If you get a bomb and I'm not screaming for you to use it, then just throw it back at the boss for extra DPS. Jumper to circle. Bomb off group, bomb off group. Throw that bomb to circle, throw that to circle.
spatter their entrails.
Good job. Alright, now we are stacked with our backs to hearts.
Calm before the storm. You've already lost.
Jumper to heart.
Death stalks me. Reload.
Alright, nice. After this flame wall, we're stacked with our backs to heart. Or not heart, my apologies, square. Shapes are hard for me. I'm an American. I just napalm the group. Jumper to square. Row to square. Alright, that's a miss. Go ahead and come back and stack with your backs to arrow. Backs to arrow, jumper head there. Nice. We're now stacking with our backs to heart. Because the pattern now changes.
Feel its strength.
Alright, we're looking really good. And this is a training run, so we're actually just gonna GG.
Stop calling me that.
Give our Tempest a chance to participate in the fight. But yeah, it was really solid and clean. Did anyone have any questions on that?
One question for the kiting. When you kite those bombs, there's
Useless.
a lot of theories about how you get them and where they come from. I know they come from the Zapper, but I do not fully understand where you have to stand.
So, anyone learning this fight for the first time, it's random. For anyone really looking to really learn this fight, it's not random.
Yes.
It's the furthest east player from the sapper that spawns. My advice for learning this is just do it a bunch and kind of see which quadrant you need to stand.
Furthest east from the sapper that spawns.
Yes. This is why I tell everyone that it's random. So like for example, the first spawn, I'm trying to be as close to circle as I can.
Uh-huh.
The second bomb, I'm trying to be in between circle and heart. The third bomb, I'm over by arrow. You just learn it as you go. My advice is you just kind of experiment in which quadrant you need to be, and then you just make a mental note. That's how I learned to do it.
Yeah, I've seen multiple guides on this online, but they're all either it's the furthest away from the scrapper, or the furthest east on the platform, and it's just really confusing. So the first scrapper, whenever no, not scrapper, sapper, it's always a right angle to them, and Sabitha with your character, right? So when the sapper looks at Sabitha, you're standing east to that.
I'll be
sapper.
honest, I just do this from muscle memory. So
All right.
I let me see how many clears of this I have.
A lot, probably.
Because I could link LI, but I do this boss I do Wing 1 more than once a week, so it wouldn't even be accurate. For Spirit Veil, I have 211 attempts on Sabitha. How many of those were successful? Or sorry, I have 211 successful attempts on Sabitha. I do this boss a lot. No, that's not correct. Anyway, I do this boss
Something
a lot,
ain't
so I
right.
have time to practice, and I pretty much exclusively do it on Druid.
Okay. But alone, that information is already more than I got from any of the online guides, so thank you very much.
Yeah. Alright, I'll do another ready check. I would say if you're doing it, shoot for 70% of the bombs. If you miss a few, it's really not that big of a deal. Alright, here we go.
Surrender or die.
I am mighty.
Maybe we'll think twice next time.
Bomb off group. Let's go ahead and restart. We have someone already dead. Somebody was outside, though. You can run in with me. Just, I'll tell you when I'm running in, because I'm gonna staff in there just to be closest anyway. Alright, here we go. Let's go.
I'll deal with them myself. Prepare the cages. We've got some visitors.
Bomb on group.
That's refreshing. Protect.
Alright, get ready for Flame Wall. Position correctly. Backs the arrow. Alright, jumper head there now. Oh, someone took it from me. Perfectly fine though. And we're staying with our backs to circle now.
Beautiful blend of talents.
Jumper to circle.
Kernan blast them full of holes. Spatter their entrails.
Ow. Pick up your drone. Nice. And we're stacking with our backs to hearts.
That feels better.
Jumper to heart. Nice, you're there. Kind of around quadrant. Throw heart quickly. Nice.
Bugged out.
Sorry, sometimes there's like visual lag and you go up, but it looks like you're still there, so I panic. We're staying with their backs to square. Sorry, I feel like mentally distracted, so I'm slow on these callouts. Jumper to square. To square. To square. That's a miss. Alright, we are stacking with our backs to arrow now.
History is mine. Books.
Burn! Burn!
After this flame wall, jumper, go ahead and be there. Should be my odd jumper. Throw when you get the chance. Pick our friend up. We are staying with our backs to heart now.
Knuckles, knock them off the platform.
Alright, this is the guy we need to get ready to CC. And CC. Jumper head to
Take
heart.
you to it. I can lead you to.
Bite your tongue.
Throw heart when you get it. This heart. 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 That's not a heart. Alright, that's a miss. Alright, we're staying with our backs to circle now. CC. Or we die.
Burn! Burn!
Nice. Oh, we lost our jumper. My Tempest, do you want it to be jumper? You're our backup. Jumper head there. This is my even jumper. Throw circle, throw circle, throw circle. Alright, we are now stacking with your backs to arrow. Just know that square is the one we want to be going to, but don't stand there because it's a firing napalm right now.
Total concentration.
After this flame wall passes, jumper, I need you at square. Jumper to square. Alright, now we are safe with our backs to arrow. Jumper to arrow. Alright, backs to circle now. The pattern now repeats itself.
Burn! Burn!
Give up yet? Protect.
That feels better.
Court of
Jumper to
Blinding Steps.
circle. Don't stand in that flamethrower. Throw circle. Use Epidemic if you have it, and we're stacking with our backs. Honestly, stay circle, just know that heart is our next throw. Go ahead and head to heart. We want to throw this as quickly as we get it. Throw quickly, or they die! That is unfortunate. Oh! Alright, let's go ahead and GG before people die. Good attempt there. So, if Sabbatha is due for a flame wall, when So, like for example, flame wall happens every 45 seconds. But if it's time for her to do a flame wall and she's not at the platform because we're dealing with one of her minions, she will do a flame wall as soon as she spawns, and it will always be in between
Useless.
heart
What do I
and
pay you
square.
for? I'll deal with them
So
myself.
there is awkward times where we have somebody on the heart platform and the minion's about to leave. So Seba is about to drop a flame wall at the bridge. It's in those occasions you need to be very mindful of when you get the bomb to immediately throw it, or they roast just like that. But that was a very good pull. We're looking actually really good on this boss. I get a ban a bot from chat. If anyone has any questions.
In the case that this would happen again, does the Signet of Stone from the Soul Beast, or Druid, or Ranger in general, work against the Flame Wall?
No.
No.
It's
Alright.
a kill plane.
Alright.
The only thing that will save you from this is if you just got rezzed, you have super immortality, meaning nothing can kill you for a few seconds. Also, by the luck of like 1 in a million, if you get through that wall before the server realizes that you did, you'll live, but don't try that. Alright, running in 3, 2, 1, here we go.
Prepare the cages. We've got some visitors. Protected.
That feels better.
We are stacking with our backs to arrow.
More ammo. The dragon waits.
Head to arrow now. Head there now. Throw arrow. Nice. We're staying with our backs to circle. Bomb off group. Really gotta pay attention to those bombs. That's a spare bomb, you can get rid of it. Even to circle.
Kernan, blast them full of holes. Spatter their
dragon
entries.
That might be a miss. Come back if it doesn't hit you. Remember, you have to hit the person with it.
Yeah, no, I clicked too fast, sorry.
No, that's fine. We're stacking with our backs to hearts. Don't head there yet. But I need you as soon as that flame wall passes it. Head there now. Row. Nice. Now we're stacking with our backs to square. Did we miss our first jump?
Protected.
Yeah, the bomb slightly missed me.
Oh. Interesting. Alright, we're staying with our backs to square. Don't head there yet. We'll be taking flak. Head there now. Throw. Alright, stay on this, or stay on square side. Just know that arrow is our next one. Dodge the flame wall. Jumper to arrow. Nice. Brad Hottie, you're our backup even jumper. We're stacking with our backs to heart. That's for the northmost one.
You know I hate that nickname.
CC Knuckles. Back up, I need you to head to heart. You have your own bomb, awesome.
Force.
Alright, stack on arrow side, but our next one is circle.
Protected.
Good CC on Knuckles.
Knowledge is power.
Glorious combination.
Bomb off group, bomb off group. Jumper circle, nice. Pick our friends up. Throw circle. That's a miss, come back. We're stacking with our back square now. Bomb off group. Head to square. Throw quickly or they will die. Throw to square, throw square, throw square. Nice. Alright, now we're stacking with our backs to arrow. Yeah, I see we got a second mod in chat. Jumper to arrow.
Before the storm.
We're stacking with our backs to heart. Just know that circle is our next bomb.
Unloading.
Jumper head to circle.
Card of Friday's pests.
You're dead.
Throw circle. Don't be in that fire. It hurts.
Refreshing. I feel energized.
We're stacking with our backs to heart. Jumper to heart. This is going to be a quick throw. Throw heart as soon as you get it. Throw heart, throw heart, throw hard or they die. Throw harder or they die. Oh, but don't get yourself killed. Alright. Make sure we're still killing card. Use Epidemic if you have it. We're stacking with our backs to square. Head to square, head square. Throw square. It's a miss. Oh, pick me up. We're stacked with our backs to arrow. Watch out for that flame wall. Jumper, I need you at arrow after this pass, and I need somebody else to flat kite.
Jumper down.
Alright, somebody needs to be furthest away from Sabbatha, and you are now racing. Just DPS the boss. Oh, actually we have too many dead. GG. So, we are looking great still. No worries. This boss is quite a step up in difficulty from the other ones. That's why most people training it don't do it and just give it its own, but I think Sabbatha is going really fine already. Because we're getting to like 20%. The only thing I would be worried of is in that last 25%, things start getting more chaotic. We need to be killing the fire turrets that, if you're seeing all that stuff that was making it look like a bullet hell, that's the fire turrets that spew out fire and a lot of damage. The next thing that we need to be doing is watching the falling debris that happens in the last quarter. But we are looking fine.
Prepare the cages. We've got some visitors.
are stacking with our back to arrow.
That's refreshing.
Bomb off group. Nice. Let's go. Jumper head there now. Let's go ahead and GG.
Protected.
Reminder not to be in the hitbox. For my Revenant, I would recommend not pressing sword 3. It just straight up kills you in this fight.
We're over here! Help us!
I know there's also a move that positions you right behind. I would advise not pressing that either.
Useless. What do I pay you for?
As someone who
I'll
plays
do it
Ellie, I
myself.
understand the issue. Where the amount of times I just press ride the lightning to my death.
Prepare the cages. We've got some visitors.
Fury rising!
Above and beyond. There's one to remember me by.
Aftershock!
Oh, I was greedy with my spirit. Position arrow side right quickly, even if you stand in fire. Alright, head there now, my jumper. Alright. Good job. When you're positioning circle side.
Calm before the storm.
Beautiful blend of talents.
Kernan blast them full of
Jumper head
holes.
there.
Spatter their entrails!
This is circle, throw when you get it, throw to circle. Nice. We're stacking our backs too hard.
Beautiful
Yet.
blend of talents.
That might have been my bad on call. Don't head there at all. No, this is a miss. Backs to square. If our backup wants to stand on circle. And roast, or not, words are hard. I apologize, come back. I meant heart. Oh, why am I so bad with my shapes? Jumper to square. This is our normal jumper.
Protected.
We're stacking with our backs to arrow. But watch this fire tornado. Oh, what happened? We will continue. Jumper to arrow. Row as you get it. And I need a backup for even, which will be our Tempest. We're stacking on the heart side.
We heal as one.
Don't head there yet.
Stop it.
Head there now. Everyone else get ready to CC. CC and throw heart.
Coward hit.
Protected.
I love that glitch CC.
Burn! Burn!
After this, we are stacked with our backs to circle. Head circle. Alright, we're stacking with our backs square now. Backs to square, backs to square.
Feel it straight.
Throw, or head square and get ready to throw it. Throw square.
Protected.
Actually, go to the other side of that wall. Alright, we need a backup jumper. Actually, we have two died to that. We'll just GG. Was
Yeah,
unfortunate timings.
I died to the same thing as Mursat Overseer last week. Detargeted and just charged straight in.
Is that what happened?
Yeah. I straight up charged through her when she was doing a flame wall. So yeah.
It's for
That's-
that reason I'll never play Power Weaver on this fight again. Because when you're DPSing her, she dips out as you're pressing
Useless.
R4 and
What
you
am I
just dash
paying
off the
for?
platform.
I'll deal with them myself.
It's really sad.
Fun. Yeah, Harvest Temple is also fun because you can do that and the dragon, for example, disappears. Like the hitbox disappears and you just charge off the platform.
Valorant, literally don't worry about it. This is one of the harder new fights. Like, you're doing fine. There's a lot of moving parts where this can go wrong. It's not just on you. Rippin' Knuckles, we never got to know his real name.
Over here, hurry!
Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Prepare the cages. We've got some visitors.
That feels better.
We're stacking our backs to arrow.
Protected.
Bomb off group, good job.
Burn.
Jumper head there now. We're stacking with our backs to circle. Alright, jumper head to circle.
Kernan blast them full of holes. Spatter their
Row
entrails.
circle.
Give it your all.
We are stacking with our backs to heart now. Why am I losing frames? Oh no.
I wield great wisdom.
Refreshing. I feel energized.
After this flame wall, I need you there, my jumper. Go ahead and throw it. Throw it. Nope, that's a miss. Go back. It's just the nature of our DPS makes that one really awkward. We're stacking with our backs to square. Our DPS is like in between too high for it to be super easy. Head to square, by the way. But too low for us to skip that timer. But skipping that timer is a very high DPS requirement. We're stacking with our backs to arrow.
Protected.
Head to arrow. Row arrow.
Knuckles, take care of him.
Stop it!
We're staying with our backs to heart now. Jumper head heart.
Unloading!
Burn! Burn!
Watch the flame wall as you're coming back. Alright, we are stacking with our backs to circle.
Next time.
Like brain farted how many rotations we had done. Head to circle. Nice. Now we're staying with our backs to square. I want you guys stacked tighter.
Burn!
Alright, jumper to square. It's completely safe there now. Throw square, throw square, throw square. Nice.
Protected.
We are looking fine until I just block it through. Nice. Alright, we're staying with our backs to arrow.
That feels better. Fury rising.
The fun's over here!
Jumper to arrow. Throw arrow. Nice. Alright, kill that flame turret if we can. Also, we're stacking with our backs to circle now.
Burn! Burn!
Unloading!
Jumper to circle. Card. Throw circle when you get it. Good job. Alright, we're staying with our backs to heart. And this will be the last cannon that we do. Bomb off group, bomb off group. Head to heart. They might die on the way over there. I hope you don't. Alright, we are
Still
no
alive, still
longer
alive.
doing cannons. Stack with your back to circle and just DPS the boss.
The dragon waits.
As long as we don't have bombs go off on group, we are fine.
Fury rising.
Good job. Actually, I didn't even need to do that last cannon. But
Everyone, listen. There's more to this
congratulations,
situation
everyone.
than we thought. These bandits were protecting something.
Yeah,
and we
yeah, I
need
love
to
playing Epic
find
7.
out what. We need to free these prisoners and then find out
You
where
cleared
the
one of the
squad leader
hardest
was
raids.
taken.
Or one of the harder bosses. Congratulations. If anyone's still working on their
Over here.
Wing 1, go ahead and follow me. Also, congratulations on the Ascendant.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
That's refreshing.
And it is right there. Thank you, Dialect. How many of these ectoplasmic residues do I have? I'm at 10. Hey! As I'm like trying to do precursor legendary armor just for a free set of Ascended. My alt. Did anyone have any questions on the boss? If not, I'm gonna start reviewing some logs. Why did it say that one was a success?
Give me
Oh,
that
I'm
sweet
sorted
data.
by Sabbatha. Upload. If anyone doesn't want to see these, you're welcome to head out.
Are you reviewing them on your stream or are you
I
just
will, but I'm
linking
waiting for
the?
them to finish uploading.
Okay. By the way, what exactly is your Twitch? I assume. Name?
That one specific mouse, I can post it in the EU. It also was on the sign up. There it is. Thank you, Game Wolf. Open.
Oh, wonderful.
A quick question, because there is a step for the legendary armor that's connected to the brazier that we got, but
Yes.
I didn't get this step, and I have the mirror in my inventory.
You just
so
have to go talk to the Brazier.
Seriously? Oh my god.
You should still be able to get it. If not,
Talking
at
to
minimum, you
braziers
need to
is
do this
fun.
wing 4 more times for your Gorseval
Yeah,
threads.
I know. I just want to be done with it.
No, I totally understand that.
Inventory space and all that
There's our
stuff.
VG. There's our Gorseval.
Wait, that is some.
And here is our Sabbatha, if you guys want to follow along. So, first thing that I do when I'm reviewing the logs is I'm going to come over here and click on our mechanics. Boss TP is how many times you get teleported during the boss phase. I don't think I got teleported once, but the game says I did. One's a decent amount under bad circumstances that can get you killed. But I would say 1 to 2 are all right. Anything more than that, just pay attention a little bit more to the boss. And honestly, the more that you do it, the more you'll get the hang of it. Split TP is during the split phase, whether or not you get teleported. This one's not as big of a deal. Green is how many times we stood in greens. And we had 4 greens to stand in, which was really lucky. Seeker is how many times you got hit by that red orb. If you had a lot of these, it means you were either the tank or you weren't watching where you were standing in the final phase, because I think I did an okay job in them. Yeah, or in the split phase. Might have just been our... Nope. A lot of them come from the final phase, but that is all
I was
right.
I was walking into them so to float them, because it's not that long range of a float. So
Where do you
get
have to
it.
click to see those stats? I opened the link, but
You have to click on
I don't
mechanics.
get it.
So there's general
Okay,
stats,
yeah.
buffs, damage modifiers, mechanics.
Okay, thank you.
Then the rest of this is essentially what platform you went to, or which color Veil Guardian you went to. But yeah, mechanics look alright. A little high on Seeker damage, but not too bad. Some of you got teleported a little more, but we cleared it, so at some level it was good enough. Next we'll look at boons. Sub 1, your might's a little low. I don't think Scrapper brings that much might. That might have just been a squad choice. I probably should have put the Tempest in your sub. That would be my only gripe there. Fury uptime's also a little bit low. Probably should have put the Tempest in your sub. Tempest wasn't generating too much. which is fine. That's not what your quickness looks all right. I like to see kind of 75 and upward in trainings for quickness. So quickness looks all right. Maybe I would just practice it a little bit more. Actually, this looks to be a stacking issue because you have a personal 70 or 97, and you have a personal of 89. So your personals were up there. It's just what or where people were. Our Guardian's really low. Is that just...
I died.
Died? Okay, yeah. Yeah, looks alright. Alacrity. Sub 1's a little low. You had a personal of 76, so maybe just press the button slightly more. Let me see if it was... I would just practice your rotation a little bit more, would be my advice. I know people meme about you just have to press F4, but the timing is pretty narrow. But the more you play it in a raid setting, the easier it gets.
And I also often fucks it up with the Malice Ultimate because it takes so much energy.
Yeah, I don't have any advice. I'm really bad about that as well. I know there's a bunch of people that play Rev or Condi Rev in the build channel. If you're seeking assistance, that would be my first place to start. Prot uptime, alright, considering nobody really brings prot. Next we're gonna look at our DPS. I would advise shooting for around 10k as a DPS spec, which looks like our DPS hit that. So good job. We'll get a better understanding of your DPS in Gorseable because there's so many split phases in this. Yeah, Veil Guardian looks pretty decent. Did anyone have any questions on it itself? Alright, then I will move on. Gorseable. So, once again, looks at mechanics first. There's not too many mechanics in this fight. Slam, you can dodge it. I didn't really advise it. Because it's really PMA, if I'm being honest. Egg is how many times you got hit by egg, and that was out of 2. It's not the biggest of deal, but if a bunch of people get hit by eggs, then we might not have the DPS to kill the boss. So that looks fine. Black is how many times you got hit by that black. If you had more than 1, then that means it could have been avoided. It's not the biggest of deal though. Just 4 is a lot, same with like 3, but that will come with just pulling the boss more. Next is buffs. Let me actually just look at phase 1. It's really just a might or a squad issue for might would be my guess. Quickness. Quickness looks alright. Alacrity looks better. Yeah, you had a personal of 81. Their full fight, you're at 66 with a personal of 74. So just kind of a stacking issue again. Next we'll look at DPS. Our DPS looks pretty good. I don't have a lot to add on to this, unless you guys have any questions for Gorseable. Alright, then we move on to Sabbatha. Once more on the mechanics. Launch was just whether or not you were the jumper. Sat bomb is how many times you got sat bomb. I missed 6. Oof. Or no, I missed 8. Time bomb is how many times you got time bomb. I wish there was a way to tell us of how much damage you did with it, but the technology isn't there. Flak is how many times you got flak. That's just from being furthest away, which should almost always be me. Cannon is how many times you got hit by the cannon fodder. really high at 47. I'll be honest, that's the highest I've seen. It's not the biggest of deal. But as long as you didn't go downstate, it's really not that big of a deal.
I think it only went down once, but I don't think it was from the cannon fire.
Gotcha.
I'm
Hard
trying to remember
Flame
what it was
is
from.
the third guy's flamethrower. It does a lot of damage, 37 ticks. Just be more mindful of where you're standing unless you just stood there with shield up.
Okay, I'll admit I was my brain was a bit off.
No worries.
That was Bobby.
The minions will sometimes kick you. It's really not that big of a deal. It's only bad when the jumper goes to do the bomb and they get kicked off the platform. It's really funny when it happens, to be honest, but it's not something I really pay anyone from worrying about.
It's like that one scene from Sparta from 300.
Exactly. Buffs look about the same. Actually, Alacrity's even better this time. Good job. Yeah, you warmed up with a personal of 91. Good job. Good improvement. Next, we'll move on. Our DPS was even higher. This is target DPS. Cleave is over here, if anyone's wondering. But yeah, good job, everyone. My guess is this because everyone had their highest DPS here because it was where we did most of our polls. How many polls did we do on those? We had 7 polls there. And our next highest one was 3 on Veil Guardian. So actually a really good training. Good job, everyone. If anyone has anything they would like to add, else I will call it here. Yeah.
Nothing to add,
of
just
course.
thank you for the lead.
Anytime. I might be doing more because I need mastery experience. And honestly, screw trying to do that in open world. I don't find Octovine fun, and I especially don't find Octovine fun where I can't get any of the rewards for it on an alt account, because half the stuff there is account bound. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Bye.